Dan Snyder's tenure as owner. And I met him, and he said, "Oh, we want to know about this." And he introduced me. He said, "I'm going to send my people to see you." And they flew out to Chicago and met with Kate, and we told them what our findings were. And we basically have two pieces of advice: trade down and lend picks this year for picks next year.
With that last sentence, Baylor is referring to the second thing he and Massey discovered. Owners sometimes trade a pick in this year's draft for a pick in some future draft. They use a rule of thumb to figure out how to value the difference between a player you can use this year versus a draft pick you can't use until some future year. And Baylor and Massey discover that the rule of thumb makes no sense. It's completely irrational. It massively overvalues current picks and undervalues future picks. Like a good economist, Thaler talks about the value of that rule of thumb
What
as
the
an
fuck
interest
are you
rate.
doing?
It's like borrowing money.
If you compute the real interest rate, it's 137% per year.
In other words, for the privilege of having a player now as opposed to waiting a year, the owners pay a huge premium. They borrow money at 137% interest.
These guys did not get to be billionaires borrowing at 137% per year, but that's the rule of thumb they use. So anyway, we taught his guys, Stan's guys, what to do, and then we watched the draft eagerly that year, and they traded up and borrowed a pick this year for one next year. So, okay.
In other words, the Redskins did the exact opposite of what they should have done if they were rational. And they weren't the only ones. Baylor and Massey have consulted for 3 NFL franchises now, and no one has ever followed their advice. It gets worse. There's a very respected economist named David Romer, who famously proved that football teams would win more games if they didn't punt, if they simply used all 4 downs to try and gain 10 yards, as opposed